You know what it is, the Quicksilva Show.
With Dominique the Diva, of course. Very beautiful special guest with us today.
I just found out you have the same last name as Dominique the Diva.
Middle name.
Middle name.
It's Dominique.
Yes. Candiace Dominique.
Yes.
See? Classy.
And of course, if you don't know, this is Candiace from the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Hi, guys.
Welcome back to the show. You've been on the show before.
I sat in this chair right here.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, guys.
How was everything?
It was good. I was just informed by Sir Quicksilva himself that I had a more of a good time than I thought.
Well, can I say this real quick? Yeah, I will give her credit. She knows how to turn up the
Okay,
I'm not going to say what happened.
Fun.
No, we all.
She partied with me New Year's Eve, me and my wife Ashley,
Yes.
and her and her husband Chris. And let's just say she had a really good time.
Well, you know you had a good time when people have to tell you
What was going on?
what happened.
I
You're
didn't
like,
know
wow.
the situation. That's insane.
All right, drive the boat. Now, leave it at
Yes.
that. Leave it at that. Leave it at that.
Dot.
There
Yes.
we go. Now, what's going on with you right now? Fill us in.
Yeah, so a lot of things are happening, but I'm here today to talk about a very special, near and dear situation to my heart.
Okay.
I'm here with a good friend of mine, Mr. Calvin Cino, a.k.a. DJ Trife.
What up, Trey?
We are, yes, shout out to Trife. We're preparing for a fundraiser that is going to benefit and start a conversation about mental health in the Black community.
Yes.
And we can all in this room relate to that. Quick, you're a Black man. Dominique, you're a Black woman. And we all have ties to Black men who I think in some way have suffered from some sort of mental illness or mental health challenge.
Absolutely.
So we are preparing for the inaugural Viribus Ball, which will take place January 19th, Sunday, January 19th, in Southeast DC. It was a cause that was really started by Calvin, by DJ Trife, because he, like myself, has, I don't like to say suffered, but has had mental health challenges. And it's a challenge.
Absolutely.
And I think that in our community especially, and especially for Black men, there is this nasty stigma attached to a mental health journey or mental health challenge. And the idea behind the ball is to bring awareness to mental health challenges and to make it, I like to say, sexy, make it palatable, make it something that is easier to talk about and normalize it.
Right.
I myself have struggled with anxiety. I have had to be put on anxiety medication. I have had therapists in the past. I'm currently shopping for a therapist. And I think that it's important to talk about the steps that you need to take to find a therapist. There are so many resources in the DMV. And I think for me, I talk a lot about this, what I call cultural competency, which is basically when you're looking for a therapist, I think in general there's a lack of cultural competency in the mental health providers.
Yes.
So that is to say, you know, when I'm looking for a therapist, if I'm going to spill my guts to somebody,
I got to be able to trust you first.
I have to trust you. And who do we trust? People who we
Look like
identify
us.
with, people that look like us. So I want to talk to a Black one. I want to talk to somebody
I do
that's like
too.
Dominique the Diva.
Yeah.
As you should.
Would you believe
Yes.
that some people, though, because I've talked to a few people and they don't want a therapist that looks like them, which I thought was, and
Whatever works for you.
whatever works for you is true. But I was on the side as like, you know, we don't really judge each other, or we could actually understand a little bit more of your plight, of your, you know, upbringing, if it is one of us.
Sure.
Are there certain apps or certain websites? Like, how would you recommend someone looking for a therapist?
Yeah, well, there are so many resources in the DMV. I personally Googled counselors in DC.
Wow.
And it's so many pop up, and there are different ways to do it. I went through my health insurance first, and most health insurance providers will provide you with psychiatry and counseling services. If you don't have insurance, and many African Americans around the country do not, there are counseling services that you can go to that are out of pocket.
Gotcha.
That's expensive. It's like $125 per session. That's not always fun. But there are also services through your church. You can go through your local community centers. There are many different resources. If you are a student, when I was in college, Calvin and I talk about it all the time, in school, if you are a student, part of what you pay for is counseling services.
Yeah, but most times we don't even use it.
You don't use it. You don't know it. I didn't know. I forget who told me about it, but I was in my counselor's office every week. and it's paid for. You pay for that. So if you are a student,
a lot of people know you went to Howard University.
I did.
HU, you know
That's
all
right.
that. I got to put that out there.
I went to Virginia State, but it's okay.
Just as good.
HBCU love. And we're here.
If you're just tuning into this show, we're talking to Candiace. Say your last name.
Dillard-Bassett.
So we're hanging out with Candiace Dillard-Bassett.
Yes.
Of course, you might know her from Real Housewives of Potomac. And I'm really glad you're here because you're giving a lot of information about mental health and about your foundation and about the cause that you're here for. But I wish that people could see this side of you sometimes on Real Housewives of Potomac show. And like I said, I know we're not here to talk about the show, but while you're here, do you feel like you have a bad rap? Like people just, are you misunderstood, or do people just not like you because they don't like you?
You know, I think that reality TV is reality TV.
Of course.
And while it is a version of reality, we are here to entertain the audience. And everyone has to kind of serve a purpose and has to fulfill a role.
Right.
And I wasn't aware when I first joined the cast that my role was going to be that of the spoiled rich
girl from the mom takes care of you and the husband.
Yes.
That's what the role is on TV.
Yes. Right. And, you know, for a long time, I was ashamed and embarrassed of the fact that my family has been blessed to be able to provide me with a lifestyle that allows me to move through the world without having to think or worry about the financial piece.
Gotcha.
And it's something that I kind of concealed for a long time. But you know, when you're on TV, you put all your crack. I can't cuss on here. All your stuff.
Say whatever you want.
You put all your shit out there. You put it out there, and you have to. It forces you to own it. So for me, I think only now going into this next season am I able to be okay with my blessings, because that's what they are, you know, and I can't apologize for what I have and who I am, but what I do with what I have and with the platforms that I'm afforded is, I think, what defines me. And being here to support and talk through the mental health crisis in conjunction with the Viribus ball is something that I'm proud of, because I'm a spoiled rich bitch, but I care.
But it's not even just that. I feel like over the last few seasons, Candiace went from being the spoiled rich girl to now just like almost the villain on the show. Like nobody likes Candiace. Like everybody loved Candiace 3 years ago. Hey, D, when I say it, like everybody hates Candiace, and I know you personally.
That's their problem.
I know you personally, and I've never like stuff that I see. I'm like, this is not the Candiace that's been in my house. Like she's a very nice person. But on TV, it's like we hate Candiace. Social media, we hate Candiace. Get off the show.
Twitter is like
they hate you.
Is a biohazard.
So would you say that, you know, reality TV show like stars? Do you think that would you recommend them to get a therapist? Because not only do you have to deal with when it airs, I mean, you have to live it, and then you have to relive it when it airs, and then you have social media, and then you're in the grocery store and some chick doesn't like you because she saw you last night.
Ew, Candiace, I hate you.
Would you recommend maybe in the contracts, reality TV show contract, that a therapist is?
Well, they actually do. They provide, the network provides a mental health professional. If you need it. But no, absolutely, and even outside of the show, if you're going through stuff, talk to somebody. And for me, the villain role is a hard pill to swallow, because that's not me. I'm a freaking pageant girl. I was Miss United States. My whole persona is waving and smiling. So for me to go from that to being personified as this villain is crazy. But you know what? What I resolved within myself is that I don't apologize for most of the way you gotta be a little humble sometimes, but most of the way that I communicate, it's chopped and it's chopped and screwed and spliced up to present the most volatile parts. But I would say that for me, throughout this show, I have been 100% genuine. Gotcha. No part of what I have put out has been disingenuous. I'm not gonna fake it. If I'm upset, you gonna know that. If I'm hurt, you gonna know that. I'm the resident crier. Kleenex needs to call me.
Hello.
For
every episode, you crying.
Yes, and I'm the queen of folding up the tissue. I'm a professional crier, but I'm a Sag. I'm a fire sign.
Oh, I'm a Sag too. That's what's happening. December 16th.
I'm a 14th.
Oh my God.
Besties.
I love
dum-dums.
But I felt that anyway when you were saying, like, you know what, I'm just accepting the blessings that I have, and if y'all want to make me the villain, then you know what I mean.
That works.
That
works for TV.
Absolutely.
We're making a show, but I am who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I can't be somebody else because then I got to be in therapy for that.
Right now, I'm lying to myself. Hey, once again, we're talking to Candiace Dillard-Bassett. Yes. So I say the hyphen Bassett. Yes. And I have to ask, do you think that you and Monique will ever be friends again? Are y'all done?
No comment.
Okay, I got you. We got to watch the rest of the show for that.
Yep.
Who will be waiting for to see?
Now,
what should we wear to this?
The Viribus
the ball.
Yes, darling. Well,
that's what I want to talk about.
Both invited, obviously.
Thank you so much.
I would love for you and Ashley to come. If you can get away from Baby Boo.
Baby Cash.
Yes. If you can get away, you are absolutely invited.
Thank you.
So the theme. So I have
to wear black, or
I have to bring DJ Trife.
Trife, come on and jump in, man.
DJ Trife is so extra. And
I would never believe
I party
so
with Trife.
But he's such a good heart, and he's so dynamic. And this is all his brainchild. And I'm hosting. I'm just here to support him. But the theme comes from the extraness that is DJ Trife. So what's the theme, Cal?
So what are we wearing?
Oh gosh. So the event is Sunday, January 19th at the Highland Hall in Southeast. We wanted to do it in Southeast. We wanted to show that you can do an upscale event in the community. You don't have to go to a La-Vie or go all the way uptown to do something like that. So Candiace and I have worked with some great vendors to put this together. The inaugural theme is sequins, velvet, feathers, and fur. So the goal
is Met Gala.
It's Met Gala.
Yes.
Bad and bougie.
It's Met Gala inspired. So every year we're going to have a different theme, and it's going to be our Ghetto Met kinda.
Okay, Ghetto Met.
Our Ghetto Met just for DC, for the community. So the inaugural theme is sequins, velvet, feathers, and fur. You can wear some, all. If you're not really into fashion and stuff like that, you can just come in your black tie and just have a great time.
If I need to get tickets or more information, is there a website?
Yes, there are 4 ways to get tickets. You can either go to the viribusball.org. You can go to Eventbrite and you can search Viribus Ball. You can go to my Instagram. I have the link on there, and that's at DJTRYFE. You can also go to Candiace's Instagram, which is
Candigal, CANDEEGAL09.
And all the proceeds are going to our good Howard sister. She already has a foundation. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We want to find people who already have organizations that have boots on the ground. She created an organization after her father for mental health for black men because he struggled, and it's called the Boris P. Henson Foundation. She's from Washington, D.C., so
exactly
if you know who I'm talking about.
We can't say her name? We can't say her
name?
Taraji P, y'all.
What's up, T?
Taraji.
Shout out to Taraji. So all the proceeds are going to her foundation because she's already doing the work for black men in our community. So if you want, check out any of those venues to find out more about the information, the gala, and come show up and show out. Turn up with
y'all know one thing we do is show up and show out.
Big
so congratulations.
And the sequins, fur, feathers, and velvet. Okay, all that. Hey, man, I really appreciate y'all. Now, I got you also. You have some music out. Make sure you plug that while you're here. Plug that while you're here.
Thank
Candiace.
you. So for my wedding, I wrote a song, a ballad for my husband, Chris, called I See You. I recently remixed it into a go-go situation. For the city. It is literally a love song to D.C. I'm from Atlanta, but D.C. raised me. I came to D.C. and became a woman. And so it's turned into my love song for D.C., the go-go version.
Gotcha.
It is produced by Chucky Thompson. Big G from Backyard Band is featured on it as well.
Two legends.
Yes. Okay.
So it's already stamped.
Little old me, and it's for me. That's so humbling. I'm not gonna cry, but that is so humbling that Chucky saw something in my song. I have to shout out to DJ Iron.
That's my guy. The
I
Big Daddy
love
Iron,
right?
old school.
No, Iron is the one who heard the song first and loved it and passed it to Chucky. And, the rest is history from there. So, and there's that. And I'm also working on some other music. There'll be an EP coming.
Ballads.
I'm so excited. Yeah, I've already recorded one song in Atlanta.
Dope. I'm
working on other music. I'm writing, and I'm working with some great writers. So, and we're going to do a video for the go-go version in DC. So I'm excited, and I'm focusing on all that good stuff and leaving all the rest in 2019, child.
I love that even though you're on TV, I saw you post a video when you actually listened to your song when it came on the radio.
Oh my God.
And you started crying and you got so excited. I said, that's the power still of radio.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
you can be on TV every day, but when I hear my song in that
Yes.
car on the radio, like
I
you
gotta
did for
pull
yourself,
over and
she pulled over and
shout.
started crying.
It matters.
Yeah, I
Radio
literally
still
have
matters.
chills.
Don't get it messed
Absolutely.
up.
Oh, radio
Always.
will always matter. Yes,
Absolutely.
what you do always matters. And I love your vitamin of the day. I'm like, I've always listened to you. I grew up on this station.
I appreciate it.
So keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you.
We
And
need
you
we need
too.
your black people in radio.
We're not going to stop no time
Yes.
soon. As always, you have an open door policy here, whether you have music going on, whether it's
Thank
something
you.
with mental health.
Yeah. Whether you need us
wanna
to be
clear
in the
some stuff
video.
up.
Yeah,
Right.
listen,
We
the
got
video,
you.
you don't even have to cast. There's
Okay.
no audition. Just
Say
come on
less.
in. Yes.
If
we're here
somebody
for
wants to
it.
follow you on social, what's your social media once again?
Instagram is Candigal, CANDEEGAL09. That's so long and foolish, but Candigal09 is me.
And make sure you request her song and support the gala that's happening once again.
January 19th, the Viribus Ball. You can go to the Viribus, VIRIBUS, ball.org. And I should also say Viribus means strength in Latin. So we are celebrating literally the strength of people who come forward and speak about their issues and saying it's okay to not be okay sometimes.
That's dope.
Gotcha.
So that's that on that.
Well, thank you so much, Candiace Dillard-Bassett.
Bassett.
Make sure you said right, Diva.
Oh my
Yes,
husband.
Dillard-Bassett.
Yes.
Middle name Dominique.
Yes.
Middle name
Candice
Dominic. Hey,
Dominic
you've been
Dillard-Bassett,
informed. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.